I'm good. I have my little cold here, but I'm okay. Sorry. But I'm fine. I'm good. What about you, Dudinha? How are you today?
Com um pouco de sono,
Hmm.
mas tô bem.
Okay. I know. Yeah, it's very early in the morning, right? Excuse me. Okay, guys. So I'm showing you here our page on Google Classroom. First of all, welcome to our class. Today is June 10th, okay? And we are doing Unit 5, okay? And today we're supposed to do pages 56 and 57, all right? All the homework posted on this page is due only next week, June 15th, okay? Not for today. So before we start, I'd like to talk a little bit about something that I find really curious. Have you noticed that the people in Japan, they're not so fat or they're not fat at all? Have you noticed that, guys? Americans, they are usually overweight, but the Japanese people, they aren't. Why is that, people? Why do people in Japan have a better body or are more in shape than the people here in the Western world? Hi, Leo. Good morning. Good to see you.
because
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
because um their food.
Ah, okay. So this is what we are talking about here. Okay, I wrote just for because Leo just arrived. So you think Japanese people aren't fat because of their food? Yes,
Yeah,
that makes total sense. Because if you compare Americans, okay, and the Japanese, Americans are usually overweight, right? Okay, that's the difference, right? It's easier to find Americans who are fat than Japanese people who are fat. The Japanese are usually slim. Okay? All right, Leo. Okay, Duda. So let's see the reason why. I want to share this short video with you, and then let's find out why do the Japanese people um, get in shape all the time or always in shape? Why are they always in shape? Is that only because of the food? Let's see that. Let me share the audio here.
Japanese person. In the United States, it's quite a different story. The rate of obesity among adults in America is on average around 30%, whereas the Japan obesity rate is only 3.5%. But what makes the weight of people in these two countries so different? Why Japanese people? At first, I was thinking about things like Japanese people drink a lot of green tea and they get a decent amount of fermented foods like kimchi or natto, which is great for the gut microbiome. But in this video, I want to focus on a very simple yet key point about Japan. The food environment is drastically different from the US. As of 2017, there's over 243,000 fast food establishments in America. There's only 6,169 establishments in Japan, meaning per person, there's about 15 times more fast food restaurants in America. Then again, in Japan, fast food, fried food, chips, chocolate, candy, soda, and not so healthy things are still available wherever you go. But there's a huge variety of equally convenient, reasonably healthy food. Let's say I'm the average busy person in the States who would like to be healthy but doesn't have time to cook at home. What's for breakfast? Most people's options are limited to things like a McGriddle with hash browns and coffee, or maybe an egg and processed cheese sandwich with tater tots at Dunkin' Donuts, or some pancakes at Denny's if you have more time. Surely some people will have healthier options than that, but I'm trying to think of what most people are going to have access to. So what's a quick breakfast in Japan? While there's more than 6,000 fast food establishments in Japan, there's also 5,000 rice bowl establishments. The big ones are Yoshinoya, Tsukiya, and Matsuya. And for $4 at Tsukiya, for breakfast you can get plain rice, miso soup with seaweed, an egg, baked fish, and a small potato salad comes with it. If I'm extra hungry, maybe I'll add some kimchi, fermented soybeans, and stewed beef for $4. Or you can put together a reasonably healthy meal from a convenience store. At a Japanese convenience store, I can get a rice ball, which is just rice, salmon, and salt, a small salad, or a package of sushi, or a thing of fish with miso, or some soup. I was pretty impressed with how little junk is in this. It's basically just vegetables, pork, and fish broth. And there's a bunch of foods like this. Here's what I can get for under $10 USD. Compare this to what's available in American convenience stores. They're usually limited to fried foods sitting under heat lamps or foods loaded with trans fats, sugar, preservatives, and unhealthy additives. If you're lucky, you might be able to get a package of plain nuts with nothing added. So the items in Japanese convenience stores are not top quality health foods, but they're not bad. This is big because practically everyone has access to these places. Convenience stores like these are everywhere. Japan has about 55,000 convenience stores, meaning there's about 10 times more convenience stores per square kilometer in Japan compared to America. For most, these places are in walking distance. I understand that of course there are healthy restaurants here and there in America, and you can make a really healthy meal with ingredients from the supermarket. But when it comes to cheap, convenient, and quick food, it's almost always quite unhealthy. In Japan, for a quick lunch, I can go to Burger King, or right next door, I can get some sushi. I can get a hamburger and some popcorn at Vandalism Cafe, or I can go next door to Matsuya and get a bowl of spicy tofu soup with a bit of beef, green onion and cabbage, some pork, a soft-boiled egg, some mustard spinach, rice, and there's free pickled ginger to go with it. And of course, there are many healthier non-chain places that offer many different types of cuisine. And this variety is important. It's going to be much easier to stick to healthier options if you aren't getting bored of having to eat the same things at the same places over and over. Even if you're going out to drink with friends at dinner time, there's still a variety of good food choices. The standard place to drink at is an izakaya. At 10,000 establishments, there's almost twice as many izakayas as there are fast food places in Japan. Replacing fast food for alcohol is not a good strategy, but let's see what the common izakaya chains have to offer in the way of food. Let me point out one more time that there's of course much better quality food than what you get at convenience stores, rice bowl chains, or izakayas. And this is not what most Japanese people eat on a daily basis. I'm not really recommending these places either. Most Japanese people wouldn't think of these places as healthy. But this isn't about optimal health. I just mean to point out that even someone who puts minimal effort into being healthy can get some reasonable quality meals out of these very convenient places. By the way, what's everyone drinking with and between meals? In America, more often than not, it's soda, considering a survey of 80 countries found that America comes in at rank number 1 for soda consumption at 170 liters purchased per person in 2011. Japan came in at rank 56 at 32 liters per person. In Japan, most places serve tea with your meal for free, and in general, it's harder to purchase massive quantities of soda. There's no comically large big gulps at 7-Eleven. I haven't seen these packs of soda here, and Japan has the smallest large cup size at McDonald's. An American medium-sized drink is bigger than a Japanese large. Another factor to thank for keeping people's soda intake low is again, variety. What's interesting is despite Japan drinking 5 times less soda than America, soda is available in vending machines everywhere in Japan. There's 5.52 million vending machines, meaning there's a vending machine for every 23 people in Japan. That's the highest vending machine per capita on the planet. So what's in these vending machines? Why don't we take a look at this vending machine I came across on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere in Hakone. Among other things, they have black coffee, 6 different types of unsweetened tea, and water. A typical American vending machine offers 13 varieties of drink, the only non-sweet one being water. So, convenience and variety. Simple, but it makes a difference. It's easier to pick the healthy choices when they are just as easy and convenient as the unhealthier choices. Now, this is by no means the full story on Japan and health, but I think these are 2 key factors. I'll be doing another video on some of the many other things that contribute to health in Japan, so if there's a particular point you want to hear discussed, leave a comment below.
Okay, guys. So, yes, David, you were right. But 2 factors really make a difference. Do you remember the 2 factors he mentioned? He talked about convenience and variety. Yes, food in Japan is really easy to access because they have a lot of vending machines. But on the other hand, and they also have a lot of stores, right, that sell food. And they also have something that is different from here in America. They have variety. They just don't sell soda. They sell tea.
E a comida do Japão é mais saudável, né?
Yes, the food in Japan is much healthier. And in the video, we also saw some food chains that are very popular in Japan, like izakaya, right? Izakaya is just like McDonald's here. There is an izakaya in every neighborhood, more or less, right? So now, with the upcoming Olympic Games, we will be hearing a lot about Japan, right? I think the Olympic Games are just less than a month away, I think. I think a few days, right? Do you know when the Olympic Games start?
Teacher, faltam poucos dias. Eu acho que no final desse mês ou no início do mês que vem.
Yeah, just a few days, right? So now we are going to have some short lessons talking about the Japanese culture and also some Olympic Games videos just for you to have vocabulary on the topic. Okay, it's really interesting because we will be watching the Olympic Games from here, and we will be seeing a lot about Japan on TV and everywhere. Okay. And it's also nice to know that if we can learn something from them, let's start learning how to eat healthily, how to
Teacher,
choose our food. Yes, Leo.
os Jogos Olímpicos começam dia 23 de junho. Não, pera, um minuto, deixa eu
Wow.
dar uma olhada.
This month?
É
Wow.
23 de julho.
Oh, next month. Okay.
Isso, no dia 23 de julho vai até 8 de agosto.
Okay, thank you, Leo. So you see, it's
You're
pretty close. Thank you very much. And we should take this opportunity to learn a few things, at least, with the Japanese. They have a lot to teach us, right? Starting from their diet, their food. This is something nice for us to think about, okay? All right, so let's do our class dojo here for today. Let me see who is here. David, Leo, and Duda. Okay, guys, congratulations for coming. Now we have a new leader. Leo is the leader. You all got on time today. Congratulations for that. Very good. Today I'm not giving points for homework because the homework is only due next week. Okay? So you don't need to worry about homework today. Since today is Thursday, we have the double point. Okay? So let me see. I think only Leo and Duda. Were you here last class, Leo? Let's see. Let me
Eu
try to.
estava aqui, teacher, na aula
Yes?
passada.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to class dojo then. Okay, Léo and Ludinha. Okay, guys, keep up the good work. Okay, keep doing it. When we get to our next evaluation, which is pretty close after Unit 6, we have another test. The students with more points will have a little extra, okay? You get more points in your evaluation. Very nice. So people, as I was saying, today we are going to do page 56 and also page 57, okay? So if you have your books, open your books to page 56. Our lesson today is very interesting. Can you see the page from there? Is it visible for you? Yes? Okay, can you visualize the page, guys?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Before we start, let me just take a picture here, just of the list of students present. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, so we did number 4, right? And now I'd like to work on number 5 with you, just to review the topic from last class. Number 5 says, write a statement using a verb plus to infinitive to describe a class that you would find interesting. So, how can you write a statement about one of those classes that we saw last class? Look, here we have the classes. These are the options. Cake decorating 101, fashion design for beginners, software development, business writing 2, Thai cooking, creative writing 1, flamenco dancing, Portuguese conversation, and event planning. Which of these courses would you find interesting? How can you make up a sentence um, talking about it using a verb plus another verb in the infinitive form? Let me highlight here. Okay, good. Do you remember the verbs that take a to infinitive verb or an infinitive verb with to? Here we have some examples. Look, want to take, need to develop, would like to study, like to have, and want to learn. Okay? All these verbs, they take a to infinitive verb or an infinitive verb with to. Okay? So if you are going to describe a class that you would find interesting, you could maybe use would like, for example. Okay? So let's see an example here that you could use. First, you put the subject. Then you put the verb that expresses your wishes. So I would like. Now comes the infinitive verb, okay? So here we can say I would like to study, and then you complete with your favorite course or the course you might find interesting. Okay? So which course from the previous page would you like to take or would you like to study? You can also change here and put take. It's also good. Okay? Let me show you the classes again so you can see the options you have. Here we have the options. Okay? Can you choose one? Dudinha, can you choose one option from here? Okay,
Sorry,
David,
teacher.
go Leo.
What?
Which courses from here would you find interesting?
Um. Okay. I think cooking.
Okay, good. So, Thai cooking here. All right. So, try to say the complete sentence. I would like to take.
É para falar?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to take
What's the name of
Thai
the course?
cooking.
Ah, okay. I would like to take Thai cooking, or I'd like to take creative writing, or I'd like to do is also possible. Okay, guys. The most important thing here is that you should use a verb in the infinitive form after would like. Okay, here you can change and then you can say I'd like to do or I'd like to study. All right. Oh, I'd like to study software development, or I'd like to do software development. Okay, guys. So I want each one of you to give me an example. Okay. Let's do now with do. Let's change now. What would you like to do, David? What about you, Duda? I can't hear you, David. You're muted.
Oh, what did you say, teacher?
Yes,
I can't hear you.
okay, which course here would you like to do?
Business writing.
Okay, so give me the complete sentence. I would like to do, and then the name of the course.
I would like I would like to do business writing.
Okay, thank you, David. Very good. What about you, Duda? Which course from here would you like to do? Duda, you're muted. I can't hear you. Okay, maybe Duda collapsed. Maybe she fell asleep. All right, people. So here you can choose your course, and then you can express this wish by saying, I would like to do, or I would like to take, or I would like to study. Okay, guys? For example, here, I would like to do event planning. That's interesting. But I would also like to do cake decorating 101. Okay, guys. So for you to see some verbs that take a to infinitive, this is something that we need to review because it's really important. Verbs that usually take another verb in the infinitive form. Okay?
Hi, teacher. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Meu
hi,
microfone
Dudinha.
travou. Não estava indo.
Oh, okay, Dudinha, no problem.
I'm
Would you,
sorry.
okay, that's okay, don't worry. Which course from this catalog would you like to do?
Um, event planning.
Event planning. Okay, so give me the complete sentence. I would like to do event planning.
I would like to do event planning.
Good. Thank you. So the main focus, guys, of this exercise is for you to see that some verbs that take another verb can be in the infinitive form, the second verb, or in the gerund form, okay? Let me write here. Sometimes when we put two verbs together, like for example, I would like to do, I want to study. You have two verbs together. Can you see that? If I say this, for example, let me clear this so you can understand. Suppose I say, I want to study software development. Okay, here the example is showing me that I'm using two verbs, one next to the other. Can you see that?
Yes,
Yes?
I can.
Want and study. Okay? So what happens if I use a verb after the verb want? There is a rule, there is a regulation, right? If I can say it this way. So after the verb want, I have to use a verb in the infinitive form with to. I want to study, or I can say I want to do, I want to take, okay? Another verb that takes an infinitive is I need to learn, for example, okay? I need to learn um, cake decorating, for example, or Thai cooking. Suppose I work.
Mas,
Yes, David, say.
mas às vezes o to, ele não tem que nem I need some water. Às vezes
Uh-huh.
o need não. Coisa.
Yes, because
O to quer.
some water is not a verb. We are using to because learn is a verb. Okay? Here in this sentence, there are two verbs. One, okay, and then you have another one. I need to learn. But when I say I need some water, let me write here. Okay, here, how many verbs do I have?
Water.
How many verbs? How many verbs do I have?
Ah, one.
Only one. The verb is need. Okay, so only one verb. Water is not a verb. Water is a noun. Okay, David. So here, the second part here, let me just put here. I'm not going to put, let me put here. I'm not going to put to here because water is not a verb. Water is a noun. Okay. All right. That's why if I want to say, for example, I want chocolate. I want chocolate. There is no to. Why? Because chocolate is a noun, not a verb. Okay?
Okay.
When I use need, want, would like with a verb, then I have to use to. Okay? I want to
Okay.
study, I want to learn, I want to do, I want to drink, I
Ah,
need to drink. Okay, David?
ok. O teacher, o now é quando tem uma. Que nem o verbo é o nome que se dá aos objetos, às coisas. E o now, no caso, água é só água, não tem outro nome para água, né? E chocolate, que nem.
No, noun, David, is the same as substantivo in Portuguese. That's the definition for noun.
Ah, ok,
Okay? So,
ok,
some water is not a verb, it's a noun, substantivo. Okay?
ok,
All right? It's the same thing. Let me
ok.
give you another example here. Look, I want a car. All right, I'm using the verb want, and then I'm using this complement here. So which one here is the verb? Want or a car?
Want?
Yes, want is the verb. Okay, so here, let me highlight this one here. Want is the verb. Okay, how many verbs do I have in the sentence?
Only one.
Only one verb. Okay, the other part is not a verb. Car is a noun, okay? Car is what we call in Portuguese substantivo, okay? So this is what gives the names to things, not the verb. The verb doesn't give names to things. The verb expresses actions, feelings, or states, okay? We use a
Ok,
verb to talk about actions, feelings, or state. Names of objects, names of things, names of places. This is the job of the noun, okay? The noun
ok,
gives the names of the things. So if I have these verbs with a noun, then I don't use to. I don't use to because it's a noun. But if I have here, like in the example, I want to study, look what happens. I have one verb and then I have here another verb, okay? Two
Okay.
verbs together. So here I need to put the second verb in the infinitive, okay? So here we have
Okay.
verb and then again I have another verb, both in the same sentence. So in this case, if I use the verb want, which is a verb, with another verb, then I have to use to. The same thing happens with the verb need. If I want to use another verb, like here, learn, then I have to use I need to learn. Okay?
Okay.
That's why, that's the difference. All right, people. Okay, Duda. Okay, Léo. Yes, if you want, you can take a picture. I will save this just in case, right? So the main topic of this lesson is when I put two verbs together, not a verb and a noun. This is not the topic, okay? So this is not my topic. Here, no. What we are talking about here is verb plus verb, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's clear this. So let's go. I will show you that in a short video, okay? So you will understand. Some verb combinations, when I have two verbs together, like this, I want to study, I need to learn, I need to go, okay? When I have these combinations, two verbs together, we can have verb plus infinitive, or some verbs, they don't take infinitive, like this one here, to, okay? Some verbs, they take ing, which we call a gerund, okay? So they have two different variations. They can have an infinitive, like here, okay? Or they can take a gerund. When I say gerund, I'm talking about the suffix ing, okay? So this is a rule for some verbs. When I put another verb together, like here, I have some verbs that only accept infinitive and some verbs, not these ones here, that only accept a gerund. For example, here we saw the ones that take infinitive, right? Want to learn, need to learn, want to study, would like to study, right? But some verbs, they only accept a gerund after them. For example, I enjoy doing yoga, suppose, okay? Here, how many verbs do I have in this sentence?
Doing.
How many verbs?
One.
Only one?
No. Two.
Okay, look. Let's see here, David. We have enjoy. This is one verb. And we have another verb. Okay? So two verbs together. Okay? But the verb enjoy doesn't take two infinitive, okay? I can't use infinitive after enjoy. I have to use a verb in the gerund form, ing. So I can say I enjoy to do. No, that's wrong. I have to say I enjoy doing, okay?
Okay.
All right, so how do you know? How do you know which verb to use? the best thing to do is to practice. Here we have a list of verbs that take to infinitive. Let me show you down here. Look. Okay, here we have want, like, would like, need, plan, and decide. They take to infinitive, or they take another verb in the infinitive form. Okay, so let me highlight this. So after you put want, like, would like, need, plan, or decide, you have to use a to infinitive. Okay, let's say, for example, to learn. Let's choose this as an example. Okay, so I can say, I want to learn. I like to learn. I would like to learn. I need to learn. I plan to learn. And I decide to learn. Okay? I'm using learn as an example, but I can use any verb here, but it has to be in the infinitive form. Okay, guys? Okay, Leo. Okay, Duda. Okay,
Okay.
David. So let's see. I want to learn. Okay. The next one. I like to learn. Next one. I would like to learn. I'm using learn as an example, but it can be any other verb in the infinitive form. Okay. Here, I can say now, I need to learn. Okay. Now, here, I'm planning, let's put, I plan to learn. Let's not complicate. I plan to learn. And finally, I decide to learn. Okay? I can't say I want, for example, learning. I can't use ing. After want, I don't use a gerund, only infinitive. Okay, David, I can't say this. I want learning. This is wrong. Okay?
Okay.
I have to say I want to learn. If I want to put another verb next to want, it has to be infinitive. This is the topic, okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's see a short video about it, okay? I will show you a video that will talk about verbs that take infinitive and verbs that take gerund, okay? When I put two verbs together, what happens, okay? So let's see there. First, I will clear my annotations. Let's see here. Okay, let's do this.
English lessons.
Today's mini English lesson is about verbs. Verbs followed by other verbs. Verbs can be followed by the infinitive, to, plus the base form, to eat, for example, or gerunds, verb plus the ing, eating. So, some verbs are always followed by gerunds. Enjoy. I enjoy eating fresh croissants in the morning. And some verbs are always followed by the infinitive. I want to eat eggs and bacon today. Want is an example of a verb always followed by the infinitive. But how do we know which ones to use? Unfortunately, for these verbs, you just have to learn them. Sorry. Then there are a group of verbs that can be followed by gerunds or infinitives. These verbs are a little bit more complicated because there is a slight difference in meaning. I like or I love eating chocolate. Or I love to eat chocolate with my coffee in the morning. If we say I love eating, it's more general. But if I say I love to eat, then it's a more specific moment. The last group of verbs are verbs that can be followed by gerunds or infinitives, but the meaning changes quite a lot. Stop. Stop is an example that can be used by both, the difference is quite big. I stopped eating so much cake because I was worried about my weight. And I stopped to eat another piece of cake. Here, how do we know what the difference in meaning is? I stopped eating, we are looking backwards at the event. Whereas I stopped to eat is looking forwards at the event. Let's just recap. There are 3 different types of verbs that can be followed by other verbs. The first example we looked at, there are verbs that are always followed by gerunds or always followed by infinitives. Then there are those verbs like and love, which are sometimes followed by one or the other. There is a little difference in meaning, but basically they are very similar. Then we have those verbs like stop, who have very different meanings if we use them with gerunds or follow them by infinitives. I think you should remember to stop before you use a gerund or an infinitive after a verb next time. Bye!
Okay, that was very nice, wasn't it? Yes? Hi, Dia. Good to see you.
Hi,
Welcome.
teacher. Good to you too. I'm
Good.
sorry I was late
Don't worry.
because I wake up so late.
Don't worry. That's okay, Bia. No problem. So, could you see the video, guys? Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes, teacher.
the video talks about, you see, the differences that we have between gerunds and infinitives. Some verbs take a gerund, some verbs take an infinitive. And
Yes.
some verbs can take both, right? But now we are focusing, in this lesson here, we are focusing on verbs that only take infinitive, okay? So you don't have to worry about gerunds now. Here we had some examples of verbs like that. And here in exercise number 5, they want us to write a statement using a verb plus 2 infinitive to describe a class. So that's what we did, right? Right in the beginning we said, oh, we can choose from here the verb we want to use. We can say want, need, would like, because these verbs, they take infinitive after them, right? So let's go there. I would like to learn, for example, software development. Okay, so this is what we did in the beginning. Okay, so is this sentence correct? Yes, I'm using would like, and I know that after would like, I have to use infinitive. So I would like to study, I would like to do, I would like to learn, I would like to eat, whatever. Okie dokie. Okay, guys. All right, let's clear this. Can I clear? Yes? Good. Now, based on this, let's take a look at a very nice writing tip here, okay, that will help us a lot. First of all, read the email. And then after we read, we will try to answer these 2 questions. So take a look at the questions in silence, see if you understand. Just the questions. Don't read the email just now, okay? Excuse me, guys. Okay, yes? Did you read the questions? All right. So what do you have to answer after you read the email? What piece of information do you need? What do you need to know after you read this email? What do you need to answer? Okay, guys, let me show you
Um,
here.
how how come, teacher?
Here, David, I asked you to read the questions in number 6, question 1 and question 2. Did you read?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes? Good. Now, my question is, what do you have to know? What information do you need after you read the email? I'm asking about the questions, okay? First, the first
Okay.
information. What class does Paul Mason want to take? And what is the other information you need to get?
Um, if the email is informal, um, formal or informal.
Okay, very nice. This is what I want to know. Okay, I want to make sure you understand the questions. Okay, so this is what you need to
Yes.
see. Okay, so now let's take some time and read the email so we can find the information asked here. Okay, so I'll give you, now it's 10:10. I'll give you 3 minutes to read the email. Okay, so go ahead. Okay, guys. Yes,
Okay.
thumbs up. So,
Yeah.
first question. What class does Paul Mason want to take?
Software development. Develop. Esse aí. Software.
Okay, so listen, software development.
Software development.
Yes, software development.
Software development.
Okay, so let's highlight the answer in the text. This is the class he wants to take. Software development. Okay, good. Now, is this email formal or informal?
Too much formal.
Okay, so it's formal. Yes. How can you tell?
Um. I don't understand.
How can you tell? How can you say, for example, that this email is formal or informal? What are the characteristics of this email that show you that it's formal? Can you give me examples?
Formal pela pessoa com
Uh.
quem ele está falando, que é um professor.
Ah, okay. You were asking, actually here, Ms. Anderson is the director of the course. She's not the teacher, she's the director, right? First of all, let me show you here. Look, questions, contact our director, Camilla Anderson. This is her email. So the student is writing an email to a director. Okay, so let's go back there. Look, okay, guys. So he isn't talking to a teacher, he's talking to a director, but still it is formal. Yes, very formal. Look at the way he addresses the director. He uses a title. So here we have a very important sign that something is formal, okay? Something is formal, not informal. You use titles before the family name of a person, okay? He's not saying, Dear Camila. No, he's not using he's not using her first name. He's using her last name, okay? And a title. So, dear Miss Anderson, and then look at how he writes. Does he use any contractions in the verbs? Look
No.
here. No, look. He uses all the verbs in the full form. He doesn't contract the verbs. Here, look, I am, okay? He's not using I'm, for example, okay? Let's move on to see a little bit more. All the time he uses would like, he is not contracting, because the contracted form of would like would be like this, right? You put the subject, then you put apostrophe D, and then you put like. This is the contracted form of I would like, I'd like. So does he use I'd like in his email? No, he
No, he did.
doesn't. He doesn't. Instead of saying I'd like, he's saying all the time, I would like. Okay? Why? Because this email is formal. Okay, that's the reason why. So, no contractions. Okay, guys? All right. Another important thing here is, look, after the opening phrase, he uses a colon. Okay, here, instead of using a comma, he uses a colon. This is another indication of formality. Okay, so here you have, okay. Another indication that we have there is the way he said thank you. Did he use thanks instead of thank you? Did he say, oh, thanks for your time? Did he say that?
Oh, no,
No. Did he say thanks a lot?
no.
No. He said thank you. Full form. Thank you very much for your time. So here, again, we can't use this kind of informality. We have to use formal language. Thank you very much for your time. And here, when he finished his email, did he say, for example, hugs and kisses?
No, it doesn't.
No, he didn't finish that. Okay, here. No, he didn't. Did he put this XOXO? No, he didn't use those. Okay, guys, because these are informal ways to close an email. So no way, we can't use that in formal emails. So let's cross it out, cross it out. So instead, he used sincerely, put a comma, and he put his name on the other line, okay? Sincerely, Paul Mason. Okay, guys. So let's eliminate all the informal examples, all right? So that's how we can tell this email is formal, okay? Good. So now here, number 7, read the email again and choose true or false. So let's see, the first one, Paul learned about the classes on the school's website. Is it true or false? Let's see there.
False.
Ah, okay. It's false. Why? Why is it false, Léo?
Porque, na verdade, o aluno não é o Paul.
Sorry, can you speak in English, please?
Because
It's
the Paul
here.
is... Okay. I received the fall catalog for your school.
Uh-huh. So he received the catalog. Okay, guys. Fall is the season. The word fall is referring to the season. So let's see here. What is a season? In a year, we have 4 seasons, okay? We have, I'm going to consider the North Hemisphere, okay? So they have winter, spring, summer, and fall, okay? They have 4 seasons. Winter starts usually in December. So winter is December, January, February. April, March, and May is usually spring. Summer is now in the North Hemisphere. June, July, August. Then starts fall. So usually September, October, November. Okay, guys. So here he's talking about the fall catalog. That means the catalog for September, October, and November. This is what he received. Okay? All right, people. That's what he means by the fall catalog. It's not the winter catalog. It's not the spring catalog. It's the fall catalog. It's the catalog for September, October, and November. Okay. So this is what he's saying here. So back to true or false there. So did he learn about the classes on a website? No, he received the catalog at home, okay, via regular mail or snail mail, okay? So this is false. Now, next one, guys.
True.
Paul wants to study game design. Is it true?
True.
Yes, he wants to learn how to design computer games. Yes, okay. Of course, he wants to do software development, but okay. Paul works as a computer programmer.
True.
Look, I do not have
Oh,
much programming experience. So does he
but
work?
he likes.
He
But he
likes,
likes.
but he doesn't work.
Ah,
I like music, but I'm not a singer. I like music, but I can't say I'm a singer. I love computer design. I love graphic design, but I don't know how. I don't know how to do it. So like is one thing. Now work is another thing. Okay. Paul works as a computer programmer. No, he's interested in doing it, but he doesn't work. Okay. Camila Anderson is the software development teacher.
true.
Let's see here. He wrote the email to the teacher or to the director.
Oh,
Remember, guys.
oh.
Yes, Camila
Director.
Anderson. Yeah, look. Can you see the page again? Camila
Yeah.
Anderson. Contact our director, Camila Anderson. So she is not the teacher. She's the director of the Adult Education Center. Okay.
Teacher, director in English is principal, no?
When we are talking about school, yes. If it's a school, yes, it's principal. But here we are talking about an adult center. It's not really a school, okay? That's why
Okay.
we don't call the director a principal. She is the director, okay?
Okay.
This is an adult education center. It's a special place to study extra skills, to learn extra things. So it's like a Senac, something like this. Okay? So
Okay.
this is false. Number 5, Paul is going to miss the first week of class.
True.
Okay. Let's check the answers. Yes, everything okay. Everything correct. Now here, guys, they want us to choose a class that you would like to take from the catalog. What do you want to learn this skill for? What information do you need to know before you take the class? Make some notes. So here they want us to like choose a course and then make some notes about what we want to know so that we can write a similar email like he did here, okay? And then here we have a small note about using appropriate register. What is register, guys? Register is appropriate language if it's formal or informal. So we call that register, okay? Formal register, informal register. So you need to use the correct register when you write. So it's important to use appropriate language in an email. When writing to someone you don't know, use formal language, okay? Just like he did, okay, when he wrote his email. This way, your message will sound polite and respectful. So use a formal opening and closing. So here we have examples of openings, right? And always look, put a colon in the opening. Dear Mr. if it's a man, or Miss if it's a woman, or doctor if it's a doctor. Then if you don't know the person's name, you should say, Dear Sir, if it's a man, or Dear Madam, if it's a woman. Closings, sincerely, regards, okay? These are nice closings. Avoid contractions, so don't contract the verbs. Exclamation marks, emojis, and very emotional language. So here you can say, I'm interested in your school's cooking classes. Don't say, I'm really excited about the cooking classes, and then you put an emoji here. No, that's not okay, okay? Choose polite expressions. Example, could you please send me? Don't say, send me the list. No, be polite, okay? And look for more formal words. Excellent, interesting. Don't say cool, sweet, okay? Don't say get, but say receive. Instead of saying, oh, I got your email, thank you for writing. No, I received your email. Okay, so you choose better words. All right. So here, guys, we are going to do this next part here, number 9, next class, okay? I just want to show you before we go, I want to show you what I did. I did something similar to this email, just to show you how simple it can be, okay? Following this model, right? So let me share this with you. All right, can you see that? Yes? Can you see that, please? David, can you visualize the document? So I
Yeah,
just did the same thing he did, all right? Oh, here, there is a mistake here, just a second. This is a dot, okay. So I put the address of the director, my address, and then the same topic, okay? Then I wrote, look at the opening. Dear Miss Anderson, Colin. And then the first sentence is just the same as the one he wrote. I received the full catalog for your school, and I would like to ask you a few questions about the classes. First, I want to know about the, and then here I put the course I'm interested in. So the parts that I replaced, I put in blue. Okay, guys. So I want to know about the Cake Decorating 101 class. I am interested in making cakes for sale, but I do not have much cake decorating experience. Okay? The part in black is just like his email. Do you think I can do well in his class, in this class? Also, I want to learn how to make birthday party cakes, cupcakes. Does the class teach this? All right, people. And then I went on. Second, could you please tell me a little about the, he said the teacher, I put the course program. I like to know about the content before I decide to take a class. Okay, guys. Finally, what do I need to bring with me to class? The same as he wrote, the same thing. Do I need any tools? Instead of putting, do I need my laptop? I changed because it's cake decorating, okay? Thank you very much for your time, sincerely, and then I put my name. Okay, this is a way for you to practice writing a formal email. So I will send this over to you, okay, guys, on our WhatsApp group. So you can have a copy and just substitute the name of the course and the parts in blue here, okay? So this is one task for you to do for next week. Okay, people. So let's go back to our page here on Google Classroom so I can show you the homework. So the homework for this class today is going to be online practice, of course, 5.1, 5.2. The worksheets I posted here about the lesson, okay, present continuous. And here, guys, there is something about verbs plus infinitive. This is interesting to do, okay? Here I wrote about, this is a file actually, it's a site, not a file. It's a site about starting and finishing emails, okay? So you can have an idea of how to write better. And I will add it and I will put here the assignment of the email that you can write. And then you can send the email to my email address or WhatsApp, okay? Whatever you prefer. So let's take a picture before we go, guys. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I'll take a picture of the participants list instead. Okie dokie. Okay, people, thank you very much for coming. Thank you, David. Thank you, Duda. Thank you, Leo and Bia. Don't forget, guys, if you missed a class this month, please watch the video in our playlist on YouTube. Do the activities in the book. If you have any questions, talk to me. And send me a picture of the pages you missed. David already did this and his absence was already cleared. Let me show you that before you go. Just a second. Let me show you. Can you see that, people?
Yes, I can.
Okay, David, look, your absence was already cleared, okay? So just Bia
Okay.
needs to do the same and Duda needs to do the same for your absence. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for coming today. See you on Tuesday. Have a nice weekend, everybody.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Leo. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, teacher. Have a nice week.
You too, honey. Take care. Bye-bye.